Hey guys, it's Mitch here bringing you a video for Abyssal Sire guide. This is going to be a beginner guide for Abyssal Sire. Without further ado, let's get into the gear. So for your gear, you're going to want a Slayer Helmet Eye, Amulet of Torture, Blessing, Bandos Chest and Top, Dragon Defender, Arc Light, Fire Cape, Barrows Gloves, Primordial Boots, and Zerker Eye. Now you can alter this gear for whatever you prefer, whatever you can afford. If you're an Iron Man, for instance, you can wear Barrows armor here. You can wear Rune armor here if you really want. You can wear a Rune Defender if you don't have a Dragon Defender. You can use an Abyssal Whip instead of an Arc Light. Little note, you do need 85 Slayer to actually kill this boss. If you do not have 85 Slayer and you are not on either an Abyssal Demon task or an Abyssal Sire task, you cannot kill this boss at all. For your inventory, you're going to want a Super Combat Potion, Ranging Potion, 2 Stamina Potions, or just Stamina Potions in general, Prayer Potions, Antidote Plus, Dreamin' Staff, Teleport to wherever, Single Click Teleports, Air Runes, Blowpipe or a ranged weapon, a spec weapon, some food, and your Rune Pouch with Blood Casts. You are going to want either Blood Burst or Blood Barrage. With that being said, I highly recommend having at least 75 in all combat stats except for prayer. 70 prayer is perfectly fine. I highly recommend, however, 85 in all, 80 ranged, and 92 magic. You do at the very minimum need 76 magic for Shadow Blitz. I highly recommend that as it is only a 75% chance, but if you have 88 magic, you do need to use Shadow Barrage. It will be 100% chance at disorienting. I'll take that. Now with that being said, you are going to need a fairy ring in order to get to the boss. Best way to get there is as follows. Using your house teleport tab, teleport into your house, using your ornate pool, and using fairy ring code DIP. This is the best method by far because it's quickest to teleport to. Now other ways of getting there are also using the Quest Cape or the Ardougne Cloak. Now I highly recommend waiting until you have 80 run energy and then using your Stamina Potion. As an Iron Man, you will not want to overuse supplies that you do not have. Conserving supplies is very key when you're being an Iron Man. After every kill, you go to Clan Wars or to your house and stat yourself. So for instance, for this kill, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to range pod, eat your anglerfish, equip your blowpipe, select long range, attack it twice so that way it has enough time to get off its throne, and then you're going to want to actually use Shadow Barrage. You're going to run over here with your range prayer on, you're going to attack it, and then you're going to start attacking it with rapid so that way you hit faster. And hopefully you're able to damage 2 of these, kill both of them in 1 turn. Usually you're able to, sometimes as you can see you're not doing any damage or very little damage, not nearly enough damage to actually compensate. So these eyes will start opening and then you'll have to actually go back to the boss, Shadow Barrage him again, because otherwise you won't be able to kill the fungi as I call them, even though they are actually called respiratories. They just shoot out toxic ooze. So you're just going to kill these as they come. Beautiful, there's one more done. Gonna want to attack this one now. So there we go, there's one more done. And here's the last one. After this, you're going to want to pot up for melee. So you're going to want to get your melee gear on, use your Super Combat Potion, turn off your boost and prayers right now for a second here, and you're going to want to pray melee. Now the Abyssal Sire has a few unique things. It has a miasmic pool that it can spawn on the ground, and what it'll do is it'll kind of hug itself and then it'll spew venom from its chest. and actually put a venom pool on the ground, it'll hit you for constant 25s plus. I highly recommend don't getting involved with that one. The other one is it'll hug itself for a few seconds and then it'll spawn things. So it'll spawn, in this case, a spawn. The other one, it'll do the arm thing, homie. It'll actually fling its tentacles here, and it'll actually smack you for 50 if you're not praying melee. Highly recommend praying melee for that phase. This phase you can pray ranged because it uses range attacks. These the spawns usually use the range attacks. It doesn't really do any damage to you. It'll teleport you. What you're gonna want to do is want to run away, and then this is where you're gonna want to use your high damage weapon. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to run. Use your damage weapon here. Dump all the specs. Crystal Halberd is the best here. I highly recommend using a Crystal Halberd if you have one. But Dragon Halberd works just fine. And if not, I guess you could use an AGS, actually. That would be kind of cool. But again, you're just going to want to kill it as fast as possible. So what you brought the Blood Runes for is because when you're getting low on hit points and these things actually spec you out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run to one of these corners here and just keep praying and just cast Blood Barrage. Even with your melee armor, you'll still hit fairly frequently. So as you can see, there you go. There's the kill. Palm Tree Seeds is nice. And then after every kill, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go bank at Clan Wars. Or wherever you choose, really. Not bank, but you're going to want to re-stat boost, and you're going to want to start a new trip. Now, a little note here. There are two different types of spec weapons. You can either use a high damage spec weapon or a debuff spec weapon. Debuffs are as follows. Dragon Warhammer, Bandos Godsword. Those are really two really good spec weapons for debuffs. You use them right at the beginning of when he gets off the throne. Right after you kill the fungi, as I call them. You use the debuff weapon, and you hit twice, and then you kill it. Now, with that being said, you will no longer have any specs, so that is for debuff if you have lower stats. Definitely do that. But if you have higher stats as I do, I definitely recommend using the damage weapon because it'll hit harder, it'll actually hit frequently, and it'll do a hell of a lot of damage. Now, before this guide gets way too long, as always, like, subscribe, and leave any comments in below. Give me comments. Tell me what I should do next. Peace out, bros.